Welcome to Subramani. I'm recording this on 4th June, which means the election is over. The exit poll numbers have come, and there is one-day trading over with just the election, the poll of the exits. Right? The exit poll numbers have come, and the market has already reacted, assuming that to be correct. What happened? The market was, I think the Sensex was up 3.4% at 76,469, and the Nifty was up by 3.25%, which is a gain of 733 points to close at 23,264. This is one of the best jumps that one has seen connected to an election, right? So 2009, I believe it went up by 2.46%, so it's beaten it by a mile. So today morning, that is on 4th morning, what should you be doing? Understand one thing, many people who knew this result or anticipated this result had already bought the shares. The buying is already over. Many of them will come to sell it today, right? So if State Bank is up 10%, State Bank is up 10% because they also showed how much it was their profits, and over a long period of time, it is believed that there is not much of governmental interference, the company is being run well, etc., etc. Therefore, the PE of all the PSUs, not just SBI, but all the PSUs have gone up. You have shares like Hindustan Aeronautics, which went up from something like 400, 500 to 5,000 plus after a bonus, right? So these kind of things also happen. All the PSUs have already run up. So is it easy to say, oh, in the third term in Gujarat, Mr. Narendra Modi had the greatest impact. He privatized some PSUs, he sold off some PSUs, so he will do the same thing here. Right and wrong, you never know whether it will happen, but yes, it's likely that some dramatic reforms can come, including in the PSU. If this is not a great time to be selling off the PSU, I don't know when will it be, right? You're getting a fantastic price, and raising 1 lakh crores by selling PSU shares does not seem to be difficult. A follow-on offer in LIC or in NTPC or in even in State Bank of India could definitely put a lot of money into the hands of the government of India. Will the government do that? I have no idea, but if the government is going to do that, believe me, it's a dampener on PSU stocks. So should you be buying PSU stocks today? That is the difficult question to answer, because maybe everything is fully priced in. Now, none of us know what is going to happen today. That's a very important thing. Let me start with that caveat. But what happens is, we will all know perfectly tomorrow why some things happen today, right? So maybe 400 seats for NDA is already priced in, and if the NDA seats comes at 370, maybe the market will go down. But if that doesn't go down, people will rationalize and say it doesn't really matter whether it is 270 or 370. It's the same. Mr. Modi continues, the same reforms will continue, etc. So it doesn't matter. However, if it were to go down, people say this was not factored in. People were thinking 400 seats is what they'll get. 330 is very poor, and therefore the market has come down. There is another reason why the market can come down. Many people would have sold yesterday, but they may have sold small quantity. Today, if the price is up further, there may be more selling, right? So somebody has to sell. I know a lot of people sitting on Bank Nifty, people sitting on State Bank of India, people sitting on other PSU stocks, right? So if I have bought BHEL at 25 rupees long ago, at 325 rupees, I could be a seller, right? So question is, how many PSU shares you already have, how many you sold off. I know people who sold off, I know people who have bought, I know all kinds of people. Now, what you should do is perhaps just look at the index, because when all these companies do well, you don't know specifically whether to go into a manufacturing theme or an infrastructure theme or a PSU theme, right? You don't know. It's very difficult to say. So if you are bullish about the economy, best is to go into a well-managed flexi cap fund. Right, there are many flexi cap funds, so I'm not naming them, but any good flexi cap fund, because then you know that the large cap, mid cap, small cap, everything is being met, or something very clearly a multi cap fund, so you can be sure that all the three, the large cap, mid cap and small cap, everything is being covered, because many flexi cap funds are actually large cap funds masquerading as flexi cap funds. So you go into a flexi cap fund and maybe a multi cap fund, so you are addressing the whole market, and or you could stick to the index. Individually speaking, you could do straddle, because you do not know how the market is going to behave, how much it is going to fluctuate. But that is not what I wish to say in this video. It's very clear that if you are optimistic and you have a view on the market, you should buy. But we have been in a bull market for very long, pretty long, I would say. So typically people say 4-5 years if you want to be in the market, you should buy equity. I would now increase it to 7-8 years if you want to be in the market, because the market can come down and stay down for a long period of time, because people will say now there is nothing, because there is a old market saying which says buy the rumor, sell the truth, right? So you keep on buying, saying oh 400 for Narendra Modi. Once you actually reach something like 370 or 350 or whatever is the final number, you will know it. By the time you watch this, maybe you would have started the data would start trickling in. So then what do? Do you go ahead and keep buying? Yeah, maybe you keep buying, but unless you have a longish time frame, don't be very confident about the market, because I think the budget is not going to be great. Nirmala Sitharaman has not been a great friend of the middle class. I am talking only from a budget point of view. Remember, all this infrastructure of airports and planes and trains the advantages have been reaped by the middle class, which means they have gone and taken vacations. It's been easy to drive. So people have been driving around. Lots of cars are being sold, tires are being sold, people are driving long distances. Right, so all these things are happening. So maybe to travel, tourism, airline, all those companies will also do well. It's too big a structure. So I would think, because we have had a longish bull run, increase your runway in which to make money, which means if you thought 3 years was long term, make it 5 years. If you thought 5 years was long term, make it 7 years. That is one thing which you have to do. Then you choose a flexi cap or a multi cap fund, maybe a hybrid fund, because today the taxation of debt instruments is not too great. So that's the best thing to do. Don't just don't buy just because everybody else is buying. May not be true. They may be actually selling, or somebody may be short and therefore they are covering. You don't know exactly what people are doing. So either stay calm and buy, or stay calm and sell, or best is continue your SIP. If you want, you can take a fresh position, but be very careful that you're taking a 10-year position and not a 6-month or a 1-year position. What will happen in the next 1 year is very difficult to say. The budget may not be good. The market may have already priced in all the good news. So be a little careful about what you're doing. Thank you.